everyone. Welcome to the Sunday live stream. We're gonna wait for a few people to pop in. This is some new Skybusters that I'm adding to my collection, plus a couple others. We have a bunch of planes. We have 12 in total to take a look at. So buckle up. This is gonna be quite a long live stream. So, little backstory. These are planes I've collected over the past couple weeks. I have a bunch that are already open, and then I have a few that are still in their packaging that I just got today at a diecast show. But most of these are already open, and then some of the already open ones are the ones I got today. So some of them are new, and some of them I had for a couple weeks, but I want to show the new Skybusters I've gotten this past couple weeks, and some new ones. Some of them are older, and then a couple of them are newer. So we will see what we have with our time. But 1 minute 17 seconds. So that's almost 2 minutes of intro. So we'll go ahead and get started. So we're gonna do some smaller planes first. Now these are like the mainline $1 ones. So here we go with the Matchbox Rescue plane. This is one of the ones I found at our local, or not local, it's like an hour away, the meet today. And it's pretty cool. I picked it up because I love planes. I have to have anything planes. So let's go and take a look at this. It's quite old packaging, so it's going to be harder to open because it's been in the package for a long time. Alright. Okay, so here's the plane itself. And you know what? Call me crazy, but this kind of looks like a Cessna Caravan. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, in Matchbox Skybusters, they have a casting that's actually the Cessna Caravan, licensed by Cessna and everything. And this has the same water float landing gear that plane has, and it overall has the same shape. Like you can see the propeller on the front. By the way, the propeller on the front spins. Pretty nice. The wings fold so you can like store it, I guess. That's pretty cool. You know, over the ocean, you can see where your people are that you need to rescue. But this is a pretty cool plane. I love the spinning propellers. Or propeller. It's only a one engine aircraft. And you got the tail. The body's metal. Wings are plastic. Propeller is plastic, and landing gear plastic. But the whole body, fuselage, actually, proper airplane terms, is metal. So it's pretty cool. It's like a little mini Cessna. Looks nice. I like that one. We'll put them, as my tongue stops working. Oh my gosh, tongue twisters. We will put them all with each other at the end of the video. We'll go ahead and put that one over there. This one. Let's see if there's anyone. One watching. Hey. Hello. We're just looking at some airplanes to my collection. This one's the radar plane. This is like a military. So it's like a radar. This is kind of what they have over Mexico right now. If you guys know the situation with the U.S. handling the awful Mexican cartel, we have these kinds of radar planes tracking their movements over Mexico. And like I said, it's an older Matchbox, so it's going to be harder to get out. Come on. There we go. Okay, this is a weird looking plane now, isn't it? This is a weird looking one. So here's this one. This is weird. Oh, that is cool though. It has like the radar thing on top of it though. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. The wings fold out. Okay, never mind. This isn't weird. This is cool. Oh, look at that. It's got... Even has... little rolling wheels on the bottom, so you know you can, doesn't roll that well, but it's little wheels on the bottom. Ah, that's pretty cool. So it's plastic wings, plastic fuselage, metal fuselage, stabilizer right here in the back is metal, and the radar on top is plastic. This is cool though. It's a neat little airplane. That looks like a jet. It more looks like a jet than a prop plane. You notice how the I'm just gonna call it the mini Cessna. Notice how the mini Cessna has a propeller, when this one looks more like a jet in the front. So it's like your kind of military stuff. It's got a big wingspan too. Look at that for a mainline. That's huge. Cool. This one's cooler than I thought. All right, we can go ahead and fold those wings back up just to make it a little bit more compact. And then the last one, this is a Hot Wheels one. Look at this. This is a special gold edition of the Mad Props plane from Hot Wheels. You can hear it in the package. The propeller does spin. But this one's interesting. You see on the back, it's like a classic, the classics packaging. I don't have this one. I don't. This was interesting. Usually I don't like the Mad Props because I'm just not, I don't know, some prop planes I don't like, but this one is really cool because it's the gold and black and all that stuff. So you can see how this looks outside the box. Wow, that just ripped open easier than I thought. Okay. All right, so, yep, as you can see. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is an older version, so the back wheel right here, that thing, that little tiny wheel spins. On the newer versions, they took that spinning feature away. So you can actually properly roll it and take off with it. That's pretty cool. You can see the nice paint scheme. And just checking the chat, guys. For those who are just coming in, we're doing an airplane showcase of some new planes that I got today at a diecast meet. This is cool though. This is pretty cool. It's a metal body. This one's all metal. So it's got metal fuselage, metal wings, metal base. Only thing that's plastic is the canopy, and then the propeller. That propeller rolls, spins really good. That's nice. I think the favorite out of these three basic ones, though, is this. The military radar plane. That's the favorite out of the three, but we're not finished. Whoops. Poor radar plane, I just slammed it on the ground on accident. Let's go ahead and put these off to the side, because we're about to get big here. What should we look at? Okay, let's just go ahead and look at these. So, we'll start with a helicopter, with the only helicopter we have here today. This is one of the new Skybusters I got. This is a massive helicopter. They call this the Matchbox Transport Helicopter. This one was in a Skybusters 4-pack. Spins really good. That one spins really good. Sometimes they collide into each other, though, so you gotta be careful of that. If you ask me, this looks like a Chinook helicopter, the CH-47 Chinook, that they use in the Army. And yes, it does roll really nicely. It's got wheels on the bottom. And then nice free spinning propellers, so you can, you know, as it spins. That's pretty cool. So this whole fuselage body of the helicopter is metal. The plastic is on the base, the windows, and the propeller, or the rotors. Sorry, not propeller, the rotors. And yeah, this whole chunk here of red, all this red is metal. So this is a heavy helicopter. It's pretty nice. I don't have a helicopter this big yet, so Not even my Chinook Skybuster is this the big. So this is the biggest helicopter I've ever seen. This is pretty big. It's like one of those giant military helicopters that you'll see at a base. So there's that one. That one's pretty cool. And we'll put that one. Try not to tip it over. Put that one over there. It's gonna start getting crowded here with planes. Alright. So let's go to some passenger jetliners. So we'll do this one. This one is a McDonnell Douglas DC-10. This is another one from the same 4-pack. And look at this. This is nice. Metal fuselage, metal base, metal wings, metal everything. Everything is metal. Even rolling landing gear, which they don't. They're bringing that back for 2025. They're bringing back the rolling landing gear. Before though, they had just the normal plastic landing gear, like you guys have seen on the Chinook that I reviewed a few months ago, or not a few months ago. Last year. Last year I reviewed it in August. And it was a Skybuster, but the wheels did not roll. This one is an older Skybuster, so the wheels roll because it's, you know, an older one. They had a more open budget back then. They don't make this plane anymore. The only passenger jet that I want now is the well, actually two of them. There's the Airbus A320 and then the 747-400. I need one over at my dad's. It's pretty cool. You guys see my review on it. It's one of the first videos I did with the channel after I revived it and stuff. Whoops, and I dropped it. It wouldn't be a video if I didn't drop an aircraft. That's okay. But this is a DC-10, nice green. It's a big passenger jet. It's got 3 engines. Nice big wingspan, big body. It's one of those big passenger jets. DC-10. But yeah, the whole thing is metal and then rolling landing gear. So it's a very heavy airplane. Now, if you want to talk about heavy, we'll get to the next one. We'll put this one down, though. This one's a nice one, though. 3 engines, just like real life. 2, 1 on each wing, and then the one on the vertical stabilizer. So we'll put that down here. Park it right there. And then talk about heavy. We go to, I did not know they made this casting Matchbox. If I would have known sooner, I would have picked one up because I love Boeing. You guys know that. I love Boeing jets, and especially jumbo jets like the Boeing 777-200 or just simply the 777. This is a huge passenger jet, giant engines, big wingspan, even bigger than the DC-10. Metal fuselage, metal wings, metal tail, plastic base, and then rolling landing gear. So it's huge, really big metal, really heavy. You can see how big that is. Imagine that flying into your local airport. It's huge. It's really cool. Excuse me. This is really nice. You can see on the bottom, Boeing 777-200. Oh, this is such a nice Continental Airlines paint scheme. Massive, massive plane. Huge. And yes, it does roll. Really nice. So there's that plus. So you can roll this to your runway. I'm trying to pick up the Matchbox Airport 2 5-pack. Have some airport vehicles go with the aircraft. So see if I can pick that up in the next coming week. It's pretty cool though. So put that over here next to the DC-10. Make a little line of airliners. And then the biggest airliner I have is, let me make sure I'm not forgetting any of them either. I would hate that. Okay. So the biggest airliner that I have is this. This is the new Lokalani Airlines Boeing 747-8. And this is a huge jumbo jet. Not only in Matchbox, but in real life. This thing is massive. Real life, it's 250 feet long and with a wingspan of 225 feet. Dang. It's huge. And it's in a very realistic-ish, because it's not a real licensed airline, but it is in a real livery, like a real looking livery. Realistic looking. There's the word I'm looking for, realistic. It's in a realistic looking livery as the Lokalani Hawaiian Airlines. This is such a nice one. I scored this one at Publix, like the Chinook that I reviewed last year. I scored this one right at Publix. This is the brand new 2025 release with the rolling landing gear. They released this exact plane last year, and it didn't have the rolling landing gear because it was still 2024. Now, as you can hear, this has rolling landing gear. For 2025, they are stopping the playmats, so there's no more playmats, but that's okay. If we sacrifice the playmats to get rolling landing gear back, I'm completely fine with that. The playmats were a good idea, but not as good as having rolling landing gear on your airplane, because let me ask you something. If you don't have rolling gear, how are you going to taxi to the runway to take off? That's what I'm questioning. So, I'm glad we're getting rolling landing gear back. This is a really nice one too. It's got all the detailing. Get up close here so you can see the details. It's got the 4 engines, 2 on each side. It's got the massive front half of the plane with the two decks, so double deck, 2-story plane. It's got the giant tail. This is the newest Skybuster I've gotten. Brand new for this year, 2025. You can tell by the base code and what it says on the bottom, Boeing 747-8. It's probably my favorite airliner I have. It's huge. Just imagine that, man, flying over your house. Just how big that is. It's awesome. Man, that's so cool. Okay. We'll park that over here with all the other airliners. And now we have military aircraft. So, I'll review this one first. Now, okay, here's where it gets interesting. They call this, let's read on the base. They call this the attack jet. NBX attack jet. But I'm sorry, does this look like an F-18 Super Hornet to you? It sure does feel like it to me. And I'm going to explain why. So, in Top Gun Maverick, Matchbox made a Skybuster, the F-18 Super Hornet Hero. And I have one. And I don't have it right here to compare right now. So sorry about that. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's the exact same shape as this body. It has the exact same missiles on the wings. It's got the exact same air intakes. And the exact same overall shape of the body. Only difference is it doesn't have as much metal as this one does. And that's just, I'm going to throw that down to it being an older casting, so it has a lot more metal. Because the wings are metal, the fuselage. Oh, I forgot to mention, with the 747-8, it's got a metal fuselage, plastic wings, plastic, like the plastic stabilizers, and then it has rolling landing gear. But this right here, they call it an attack jet, but clearly it's an F-18 Super Hornet. You can see the resemblance. It's really cool though. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get into a better position to show you this. So, you can see right there, it's got missiles on the wings. Same 2 engines in the back. It literally looks like an F-18 Super Hornet. So, I'm going to call it an F-18. because they just probably didn't get the licensing. They probably didn't have the license at this point when this came out, because it's so old, to call it the F-18. So this is clearly the F-18 Super Hornet, though. So you can see how that looks. But there's that one. Let's put that over here. Here, we'll make it. You know what? Here, hold on. Make a separate lot for the fighter jets. And the last Matchbox fighter jet, where are you at? You're right here. Okay, is the F-14 Tomcat. Now this is licensed. It has the name on the bottom, as you can see. F-14 Tomcat. It's got the Phoenix missiles on the side. This is a really cool plane. We will compare this to something I'm hinting at later in the video. Hint, hint. There is a better version of this that I have, and I just got it today. We will take a look at that in a little bit. That'll probably be the last thing we do, is take a look at that and then compare the two. But for now, this is a very cool Skybuster. Metal on metal. And it has the metal wings. Those stabilizers are metal. Yeah, those stabilizers are metal. Cockpit is plastic. Landing gear is rolling landing gear. So it seems like these older ones all have rolling landing gear, which is awesome. You can see the cockpit. Huge missiles under its wings. Or not under its wings, but like near the wings. Looks really cool, and the wings are really like swept back in the position. That means it's going supersonic, so you can, you know, really cool stuff. It's got the 2 engines, the afterburners. It's pretty sweet. All right, so we'll move that to the side. Park that next to the so-called attack jet, aka unlicensed F-18 Super Hornet. And we will move to the last 3. These are not Matchbox. These are arguably better. These are Maisto Tailwinds. These are really, really awesome. I got 3 of them. They're all in plastic bags. I have opened them. Well, they came in plastic bags. I have opened them just to make sure everything was good and that they weren't broken. But luckily, the only thing that was an issue was just the propeller snapped off of one of them, but it popped right back in. It was just a peg unsnapped, so it popped right back in, and everything's fixed. Now all 3 of them are at 100%, and they all come with stands, because this is when Maisto released stands with their planes, which is awesome. So we will review the oldest one. Open this up. Let's see. Come on. Get out. There we go. Okay. First, I'll show the stand for the airplane. Just a really simple stand. Hey, it gets the job done, though. So, can't complain. Just really basic. But, like I said, gets the job done. So, put that down there. Now, the first plane is this. A P-38 Lightning. And I had no idea Maisto made a P-38 Lightning. This is cool because I don't know if you guys have seen my video of me doing the Hot Wings P-38 Lightning alongside the P-51 Mustang that I did last year. But this is really, really cool. This is made by Maisto, like I said, Maisto Tailwinds. Before I show this, though, I'm going to demonstrate how this stand goes in. You guys could probably guess. But I'll just do it for, let's see. I'll just do it so we have a nice little display. So you just slide it in here. Oh, come on. Trying to get this in. All right. Yep. All right, so just slide it in. That's what she said. And there you go. There's your stand. Sits a little front heavy. Actually, not really. I take it back. It sits pretty good, but we'll take that off. That's a stand. Pegs in there nice and tight. It's a nice and good stand. So here it is. It looks really, really nice. It's a World War II fighter. This is one of my favorite World War II planes. This is really cool. Both propellers spin. No rolling landing gear. This landing gear is static. It does not roll. I mean, it slides. You can slide it. I mean, hooray for sliding. But it doesn't roll. Anyways, it's pretty cool though. So you got the two propellers, you got the two engine details, you got the canopy, you got the nose of the jet. Now the only thing this is missing, there's no cannons on the nose. At least I can feel. There's no 3D cannons. They might be pictured on there. I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments when you see this. But 3D, there's no cannons. 3D wise, like in the molding. There's no cannons on the front, which is the only downside, because that's what this thing had. It had 4 cannons, 4 20mm cannons. So I don't know where if they missed it, but hey, that's okay. Still looks really cool. Yeah, it's got the full look of a P-38 Lightning, and you can see on the base, P-38 Lightning. Pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and peg this one into its stand, and then we'll put it off to the side. If I can get this in. Come on. Boom. There we go. Alright, so we'll put that over to the side. Alright. The second. Let's see. Oh, no, that's for the last one. Alright, so second, we will take a look at this plane. So again, here's a stand for that plane. Whoops, sorry, I did not mean to hit the camera. Alright. Put this over here. Getting kind of cluttered with all these planes. Okay, now this is a very cool one. This is so cool. This is the E2C Hawkeye. You can see on the bottom. E2C Hawkeye. This one also has just not fake, but plastic landing gear. Looks good, but it doesn't roll. Like I said again, slides, but doesn't roll. But that's not that bad. Now this propeller right here, I know it looks perfect, right? We actually had to fix that just by popping it back in. It wasn't broken or anything like that. It was just popped out. So now you would never tell if I wouldn't have told you, because it looks perfect. So these were in very mint condition. I don't know who had these last, but the vendor must have not played with them at all or not displayed them at all, because these are really nice condition. It's got the huge radar dish on top too. No scuffs or anything on it. U.S. Navy, because this was with aircraft that were on aircraft carriers. This is where this kind of plane would be. It was an early warning plane. Still is, actually. We still use the E2C Hawkeye, just updated versions of it. We still use this plane in the Navy, which is really cool. So this is not retired. This is not a retired aircraft. This is still with the Navy. It's got the 2 engines, It's nice. We can pair this actually with, where is Trying to find. Hang on 1 second. I'm trying to find our tiny guys. Where's our tiny guys? Here's our tiny guys. Our small airblades. We can put this radar jet or plane or whatever you want to call it with this E2C Hawkeye, and you can have a nice little detection pair, which is pretty cool. We'll fold those wings. I gotta put that back over there. But this E2C Hawkeye is so nice. It's got a matte paint job, U.S. Navy, all accurate. Propellers spin amazing. Even the one, yes, that was detached, perfectly spins now. That's so cool. All right, so we'll peg this guy into his stand. There I go, dropping it. All right. Hooray for dropping stuff. Okay, snap this in. That one went in a lot easier than the as my tongue stops working again. Let's try that again. This one went in a lot easier than the P38 Lightning stand, as you can see. So, really nice. So we'll put that next to the P38. Oh, I love these Maisto Tailwinds, man. I love them. So cool. All right. I am super excited for this last one. This last one, this would go with the E2C Hawkeye on aircraft carriers. No, it is not a plane. It is a jet. There's a difference. For those of you who don't know what the difference is between a plane and a jet, look it up. The engines are totally different on a plane and a jet. Let's go ahead and open this one, though. I'm so excited to show you this one. So here's the stand. Zoop. Normal stand. All right, and then now, let me make sure I have every one of their bags so I can put them back, because I like to store them in the bag when I'm not using them. All right, so fair warning, this is a fairly large jet. This right here, dun dun dun. This is the F-14 Tomcat Maisto Tailwind. This thing is huge. Huge. It's a giant, giant chunk of metal. So let's start with that, actually. Body is metal. Wings are metal. Base is metal. Landing gear, fake, but I don't care. It looks too dang good to complain about non-rolling landing gear. Stabilizers, vertical stabilizers, plastic. Cockpit, the cockpit is plastic as well. This thing, man, you can see how giant, how giant that is. Imagine that flying over like a city, man. That would make quite a roar. You can see it's loaded to the teeth. Missiles down on the bottom, missiles on right here on the, like, you know, towards the wing. Oh man. Hold on, is that what I think it is? Let's see. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, so my suspicions are correct. They even put a little tiny divot, tiny, right there. It's tinier than my fingernail. That's where the bullets come out of the M61 Vulcan cannon. They even put that for a $5 aircraft model. That's awesome. This is the accurate. This is great. This is the very accurate paint scheme. So it's got the battleship gray color, as we call it, with the navy green camo, as they had when they were in service with the U.S. Navy. Unfortunately, these jets, again, unfortunately, these jets The F-14 has been retired, which is completely ridiculous because this was a lot better than the F-18 Super Hornet. The only reason they retired it is because of costs. You know, flying and all that stuff. But this plane was a lot better than the F-18, but it wasn't as efficient, so that's why they retired it. But it's a lot more powerful. It's got a lot more weapons than the F-18, and this is why the F-14 is my favorite fourth generation fighter jet. This is awesome, and you can see on the bottom it says F-14 Tomcat. This thing is huge. This plane is massive. We will go ahead and bring in our lovely Matchbox counterpart. Now this is like half the weight of this. So you got, oh my gosh, okay. So here's the Matchbox. Doesn't look as realistic. The wings are in different position. The Maisto is in more like of a dogfight mode where the wings would be spread out a little more, while this one's in more like a kind of like going really fast, trying to get somewhere really fast mode, supersonic mode. They have the only thing that Matchbox has an advantage over the Maisto is the rolling landing gear, but you know, which one would you rather have? This one or this? This giant thing. I think I'd rather have this. It's insanely massive. And of course, the E2C Hawkeye, I want to get a picture or a view of them together on frame, because E2C Hawkeye, oops, the stand just came out. All right. Alrighty. Get a picture or get a frame of these two. F-14 Tomcat and the E2C Hawkeye. Oh man, that's so awesome. Let's put this back to the side. Put the E2C Hawkeye over there. This is insanely huge. Look how monstrous that is. That's a monster of a jet. And these two engines, by the way, had, I'll give you a little bit of facts. So they had two Pratt & Whitney engines, 30,000 pounds of thrust each. So combined total of 60,000 pounds of thrust. Guys, that's only 10,000 pounds of thrust away from the F-22 Raptor. This thing was very powerful. I've actually seen a real-life Tomcat at a air museum. It is fantastic. It is a huge jet in real life. I believe a little over 65 feet long. It's massive. It's insane. I have a picture on my phone of it, in a full view of it. And it's on the ground too, and they got the landing gear out, and you can go up to it. There's no wiring around it or anything like that. There's no fence blocking you from seeing it, or, you know, for me touching it, so I got to go right up to it. And it's real. It wasn't a replica. It was a real F-14. Man, this thing is awesome. You can even see the detail in the cockpit. See if you can see that, actually. I want you guys to see every detail. Come on. Here, I'll hold still. Should be able to see that. Very, very cool. This is my favorite. This is my favorite one of the day. F-14 Tomcat. So go ahead and put the stand on. Oh, Matchbox one, get out of here. I forgot to move the Matchbox one. Get out of here. Thank you. Here, while I'm at it, let me go ahead. Oh my gosh. Let me go ahead and put the stand back on the E2C Hawkeye. Tongue twister central today, guys. I'm tired. Been walking around all day. But I still wanted to do this live because I love doing lives when I just got new stuff to show. So there's the E2C Hawkeye, and then we will take, by the way, this thing stands perfectly fine just on the landing gear, but I prefer to put it on the stand just to preserve it even more, because I don't want anything happening to it. So let's go ahead and snap this on. Let's see. Oop, like that. Come on. Come on. These stands can be very finicky. There we go. Boom. There it is with the stand. That's perfect. All right, so we'll put that carefully right there. And E2C Hawkeye, which is probably my favorite radar plane that I will have. Just organizing all the planes real quick. These two Skybusters will go over here. Make sure, whoops. Make sure that's right. Making sure the Tomcat's good. Oops. Like I said, stands are very finicky, but they do work very well. They're very sturdy. Yeah, see, that's very sturdy. Heck yeah. All right, we'll slide that back there. Make sure the Hawkeye's right there. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to move the camera like that. Go ahead and adjust these airliners. Make sure they're all lined up properly. And then you have the tiny little planes. Where did my other one go? Let's see. Where did you go? Where did my little spy plane go? Oh, there it is. I'm looking for my little spy plane. I'm like, where did it go? There it is. Okay. Let's get everything back in order. Move the F-14 Tomcat back. I know this is very tedious work, but it's worth it. I'll put the small ones in the front. Okay. Ooh, I did that without knocking anything down. Cool. Small ones go in the front, big ones in the back. How about that? There's Mad Props. If you guys want to see that again. Then we'll make sure we have our two Skybuster planes over here. Alrighty, guys. Well, that is my Sunday showcase of some new to my collection Skybusters and Maisto Tailwinds. So let's see how long we've been live for. Oh, thank you for the like. Oh, what's up, man? Honest Diecast. Shout out to you, man. I didn't see your chat message until now. Trying to organize all my planes so they don't fall over. What's up, man? Shout out. But that's my showcase. So, this was really cool. I really like doing this. The diecast show we went to today was pretty nice. By the way, if you're wondering how Catherine's doing, she's doing good. She's just, there goes my tongue again. She is just been busy, so she'll be back on live streams probably in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, that is that. Thank you, man. Thank you. Shout out to you. I don't want to say your name because I don't want to mispronounce it, because my screen reader, I don't know if you can hear it. It talks very fast. I don't want to mispronounce your name, you know, because I would, that would be embarrassing for me, and I don't want it to be embarrassing for you. So, but shout out to you saying nice airplanes. Thank you. So we're gonna go ahead and start concluding this though, because we are getting pretty far.
Finish. Button. 45 minutes, 18 seconds.
45 minutes, yeah. So we will go ahead and start concluding this. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you want to, like and subscribe. I know we're trying to get up to that 1,000 subscribers mark by the end of the year. That'd be really nice. And yeah, it's about it. So, you know, this is pretty fun. I like this. A lot of planes that I've added to my collection over the last couple weeks. But hey, I love airplanes. It's funny, people at the diecast show were like, "Oh yeah, you're the one that bought all those airplanes a couple weeks ago, right?" I'm like, "Yep." So everyone knows me as the one that likes airplanes a lot. So, yep, that's that. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Shout out to you guys that watched, and then also a little shout out to those of you who watched this later, who weren't able to be here for the actual, you know, stream itself. Let's see.
You're welcome.
All right. So we will go ahead and say good night, guys. You know, or if wherever you are. For me, I'm in Florida, so it's like, you know, almost 9 something. Actually, let me check the time right now. Yeah, it's like 8:20. So, you know, from Florida, just where I am. Good night, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you on the next live stream or video that we do. Let's go ahead and finish this.
Finish. Button.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Alert. Are you cancel? End. Button.